carry out Domino's 3-topping pizzas for $7.99 each? It takes skill to get that pizza from our store to your door. Through tight spots, slow walks, and water shots. So next time you order carryout online, we're going to tip you for delivering your own pizza to yourself. After all, you earned it. Get a $3 tip to use on your next order just for carrying out, only at Domino's.
At Hooters, you can watch the tournament with your buddies. All your buddies. Like the ones with ice-cold beer. And one-of-a-kind wings that are nothing but net. You know, buddies you won't have to fight for the remote. Buddies who know a thing or two about basketball. And the fans who live for it.
Where else are you gonna get all this?
Hooters, your official hangout for game day.
The sub above difference is giant. Giant hearts, giant differences, and giant wins. On Jersey Mike's annual day of giving, 100% of sales go to a great cause in your community. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Back left!
You critics don't define our honor. You try to shame us for doing our job. You teach children to fear us, crowds to attack us, and good people to doubt us. But we will never back down from our sworn duty to uphold the Constitution of the United States of America. We wake up every day, put on our badge, strap a gun to our hips, kiss our families goodbye, and put our lives between the law-abiding and any criminal who threatens their rights. We serve people of every color and creed, men, women, and children in violent, dangerous neighborhoods, because they have the same right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness as CEOs, movie stars, and the political elite. We are Americans, and we are the American police officer. We stand with the National Rifle Association of America, and the NRA stands with us. Together, we're freedom's safest place.
Left, right, center. Left, surround, right, surround.
UFC heavyweight champion Stipe Miocic fights for more than just a gold belt. A proud son of immigrants, Stipe fought for his dreams while working 2 jobs and fighting fires for his community. Stipe still fights fires and still proudly fights for his heritage. The belt is a bonus. Since 1925, we've proved that it doesn't matter where you come from. It matters what you're made of. Modelo, the official beer of the UFC.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
They're setting up the flag now.
Houston, we have a problem. We can't do it. Who in the world is that?
They've got the flag up now.
If you can't, we can.
If you can't, we can. Michael and Son.
Here at Michael & Son, we heard that having animals at the office can reduce stress and increase productivity, so we started a Bring Your Pets to Work Day. Turns out, it wasn't quite what we had imagined. So, maybe we shouldn't have pets at the office, but we can help animals find a new home. In fact, for the rest of the month, we will donate a portion of all plumbing, electrical, and heating proceeds to Saving Grace Animal Rescue. Call us today.
Michael and Son.
No, I want Domino's.
Just take those old records off the shelf. I sit and listen to them by myself. Today's music ain't got the same soul. I like that old time rock and roll. Don't try to take me to a disco. You'll never even get me out on the floor. In 10 minutes I'll be late for the door. I like that old time rock and roll. Still like that old time.
The Domino's tracker now has GPS with delivery alerts, so we don't catch you before you're ready.
Hey, time of your life, huh, kid? It's about to be.
Try it next time you get any 2 or more medium 2-topping pizzas delivered for just $5.99 each.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to CageZilla 59.
carry out Domino's 3-topping pizzas for $7.99 each? It takes skill to get that pizza from our store to your door. Through tight spots, slow walks, and water shots. So next time you order carryout online, we're going to tip you for delivering your own pizza to yourself. After all, you earned it. Get a $3 tip to use on your next order just for carrying out, only at Domino's.
At Hooters, you can watch the tournament with your buddies. All your buddies. Like the ones with ice-cold beer. And one-of-a-kind wings that are nothing but net. You know, buddies you won't have to fight for the remote. Buddies who know a thing or two about basketball. And the fans who live for it.
Where else are you gonna get all this?
Hooters, your official hangout for game day.
The sub above difference is giant. Giant hearts, giant differences, and giant wins. On Jersey Mike's annual day of giving, 100% of sales go to a great cause in your community. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Go, 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 go! Back left!
What's up, guys? Welcome to the Salisbury Center in Manassas, Virginia. We are here for CageZilla 92, and what a card we have for you guys here tonight. Man, Brooke, we are in for a treat here tonight, and everybody here is in for the same treat. Everybody's flowing in. How you feeling about tonight?
I think it's going to be really, really great. We got 10 fights tonight. We got 3 title fights. We got GS3 defending his title in the main event. I'm really excited. I've already heard that the place is a sellout tonight, so it's going to be a great atmosphere, great fights. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, exactly. And we were at weigh-ins yesterday. We got the face-offs going again. There were some pretty intense face-offs. We'll talk about them in here in just a second. Everybody came in, all 10 fights, right? 20 fighters came in. They made weight. They showed up. They did their first. I always call it the first fight, right? Which is making weight. And now it's the real fight here in just a few short minutes, man. And I can't wait. Let's start at the top. We're going to talk about these fights here tonight. We'll start right at our first fight. We have Eli Pierce from 10th Planet BJJ in Henderson versus Gabe Brizendine out of Disciple MMA. 10th Planet, their first time here fighting for us, so they're really excited to get in here and make their mark. They're also a title fight on the night with Dakota Martin, so that's really exciting. And then, Disciple MMA always brings it. They got quite a few guys on the card as well. I'm excited to see Gabe. This was one of those face-offs at weigh-ins yesterday. Some of the face-offs were kind of like, not too much to it, right?
Yeah.
These guys kind of like, sometimes when you get those guys who don't know a lot, they get out there and they kind of like show some energy, right? And you saw Eli kind of put his hand in his face, and Gabe looked ready to go in his tie shorts. Excited for this one, man. What do you know about these guys?
Yeah, so pretty interesting matchup. Eli Pierce, his nickname is the Grave Digger. And so I asked him, I said, Eli, how did you get that nickname, Grave Digger? That's actually his job. He is a grave digger. He works at a cemetery as an undertaker, and he digs graves. So the nickname matches up perfectly. Pretty interesting. Also, he's a young guy, recently got engaged just a couple of months ago, and he told me that his wedding is actually 2 weeks after the fight today. So they planned a really, really quick, very short engagement. And so he's got a lot of other things going on in his life. He just started fighting. His very first fight as an amateur was back in May. This will be his second fight, first fight here in CageZilla. So, it'll be really interesting to see.
He's got some exciting stuff coming up.
Yeah, I mean, he's only 20 years old, right? So he started training when he was 18.
Yeah.
But, so he's been going at it for a couple of years. And, so that's Eli. Now, as far as Gabe goes, so I got a chance to talk to his coach, Mike Pendlebury, and Mike gave him a nickname on the spot, but he did not tell him what it was. Okay, and so
sounds like Mike.
Yeah, I'm not going to say what it is. Okay, we're going to wait, and he's going to hear it for the first time when Chris Fuller announces him today.
Really?
Yeah, it's a pretty epic nickname.
We're all going to hear it
together. But he's also a young guy, 23 years old. He's been training mainly in Muay Thai and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for the past 3 years. But he's Mike Pendlebury had nothing but positive things to say about this guy. He said he's dedicated, he's a great teammate. Anytime we need somebody to hop in, he'll just run up, jump in there. Doesn't matter if he's fighting a guy who's 250 pounds. He does not care. and he never questions the process. So Mike was spoke very, very highly of Gabe.
Yeah, no, I know Disciple puts out some good fighters, and Gabe is certainly one of those guys following the footsteps of some of the guys that came before him with good tutelage under Coach Mike there and Scott. Let's move on to fight number 2. We got Suleiman Ashrafi out of the Hive MMA, 135-pound fight, I might add, versus Andrew Keeney out of Tactical Combat with Coach Josh there. I know both of these coaches pretty well out of the Hive. We got Zach Emotion, a pro fighter. He actually started his MMA journey with me at my keto gym, and now he kind of branched off and is doing his own thing, which is great. And of course, Andrew Keeney, Coach Josh was really excited to get him on the card, along with the main event, right, Georgios.
Yeah.
And so really excited for both of these guys. Tell us what you know about them.
Yeah, okay, so Suleiman Ashrafi, once again, a real young guy, 19 years old. He's only been training for about a year. He's a smart guy. He's a student at Nova, 4.0 GPA. Describes his style mainly as a striker, but, this is MMA, so I'm sure he can do the other things, too.
Yeah, right.
I asked him at the weigh-ins yesterday, I said, so Suleiman, what are your hobbies? What do you do outside of, fighting and stuff? And he said, I don't have any other hobbies. This is my only hobby. It's fighting. So he's taking it very seriously.
Dedicated to his training.
Yes, absolutely. As far as Andrew goes, pretty cool nickname. He's the Hillbilly Assassin. This will be his first fight in CageZilla, but he's a little bit more experienced than Suleiman. This will be his 4th fight overall. He's a little bit older, too, 34 years old, describes himself as a grappler. So I'm kind of interested to see the stylistic differences between a young guy who kind of characterizes himself as a striker versus an older, more experienced guy who considers himself a grappler. Probably one of the most interesting things about Andrew Keeney is he's married with 5 kids.
Whoa!
5 kids, ages 10, 8, 4, 3, and 1.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Stays busy in the cage and outside of the cage.
I can't even imagine. So props to that guy for handling all that.
That's awesome.
Props to his wife at any rate.
Right. No, that's an exciting one. And again, youth versus experience. Sometimes we get those kind of matchups, and you never know what's going to happen in that kind of matchup. Now let's move on. Fight number 3, we got Sam Salego versus out of TKO Statesville in the welterweight division here versus Alejandro Rodriguez, another Disciple MMA guy who's making his debut. This is an exciting fight, and it should be noted that Sam stepped up on about, I would say,
3 days.
Less than a week, right? 3-day notice. He stepped up this week. He competed not too long ago, but again, anybody that steps up on a couple days' notice, there's something to be said for that. And Alejandro was just happy to get somebody in the cage with him after his original opponent had dropped out. So excited for this one, man. They looked intense at weigh-ins yesterday, face-offs, and they were looking at each other right in the eye. They're about the same height. And I'm excited for this one.
Yeah, absolutely. So Sam, 27 years old, but he's been training for a long time. He's an assistant coach at the gym that he works at. He's a kickboxing instructor. So, so he has a little bit of experience. And as you said, obviously he's not afraid of anybody. He took the fight on 3 days' notice. When I was actually doing prep for the show, I was doing research on a different guy, and then I checked the fight card yesterday, and I was like, oh, wait, there's a different person in there now. So when I asked him yesterday, he was like, I took this fight on 3 days' notice. So, so props to him for that. As far as Alejandro goes, he's very, very new to MMA. He has not been training for that long. I would say less than a year, in fact. So I'm kind of curious to see that difference. Now, he did wrestle and stuff, previously, like in high school and things like that. So it's not like this is brand new to him. Yeah. But that'll be interesting. He specifically credited, he said he's been coaching and doing things and going to the gym and training for a long time. But it wasn't until he actually saw Dustin the Wagon Wagner's fight here at CageZilla where he thought, I think I want to go do that too.
The Wagon, that's his coach, one of his coaches.
He's here tonight.
That's right. I shook his hand. Not too long ago, and I also shook Sam Salego's coach's hand not too long ago. He was very happy to get on the card. He said he's never been to a CageZilla event. He was really happy and amazed with the production that we put on, and he was hoping that, he's going to hopefully get more of his guys. And that's what we're doing with a couple of these gyms, 10th Planet. This gym here, TKO Statesville, we're getting some new talent in and opening doors for other fighters, other gyms to get their fighters in on the big show.
Yeah.
So this is awesome. Let's move it right along. Fight number 4. We got Alan Hargrove versus Jose Martinez. Now, this is an interesting fight because this is, in my eyes, a fight of kind of like two veterans, right, of the game, right? Alan Hargrove's first fight, MMA fight, was 2016, so 10 years ago, right? And Jose's first MMA fight was 2018. So these guys have been at it for quite some time. They're kind of like veterans, like I say, in the sport, and got a very serious look in their eye at weigh-ins yesterday. I was happy to get this matchup put together.
Yeah, I think you said it best when you described them as veterans. Alan Hargrove actually fought at CageZilla 7. Okay, we're at CageZilla 92. Okay,
oh wow.
So Alan also has done everything. He's fought at TCB. I think he's been in several TCB title fights. May have even held the belt at one point. So he's fought in some Boonchu fights. I mean, there's a really good Boonchu fight. Him against Arthur Payton, another CageZilla veteran who we've seen. So he's 47 years old, but he does not look a day over 30. I mean,
he looks great shape.
I mean, just phenomenal.
Some guy wrote me a message on Instagram. He goes, Alan Hargrove's still fighting? I go, yeah, man, he's on the card coming up, dude.
Yeah. Now, as far as his opponent goes, Jose Martinez, also, a veteran of the sport, 35 years old. He also fought at CageZilla 53, and he's fought at CageZilla 4 other times. And one of his opponents, actually, back in the day, was Coach Mike Pendlebury, who we were talking about earlier. Yeah.
Wow.
So, so Jose's been around for a while. So the fact that we have two really, really experienced guys, I think, is going to make this extremely interesting.
Yeah, no, 100%, and I can't wait for that one. Moving it right along, our next matchup, bout number 5, will be Jordan Reed versus Khaldoon Rookie. This was a matchup that was supposed to happen in June. For one reason or another, there was a little bit of weight miss, and it just didn't happen. And now we lined it back up. I'm excited for this one. Both those guys have been wanting this matchup. Like I say, they were supposed to fight back in our June card, and now we're bringing them to our August card. They both had a very serious look in their eye yesterday. There was not a lot of smiling going on. What do you know about these guys?
Yeah, Jordan looked like a pretty serious guy. I think he does have a lighter side to him. His nickname is Nen from an anime called Hunter x Hunter. He's really into anime and things like that. So he's also experienced. This will be, I think, his 7th fight. His first fight in CageZilla, but his 7th fight overall. So so he's been around for a bit, and he's got some experience. He said he's been fighting since 2020, right? So he's been at it for about 6 years and stuff. And as far as his opponent goes, Khaldoon Rookie, I mean, Khaldoon is a CageZilla veteran. He's been here many times.
Yep.
I think you've interviewed him before on CageZilla Unchained. So, I mean...
Yeah, it comes from a great team, great tutelage there under Coach Charles DeGisco, who I'm friends with, District Martial Arts. So, yeah, great individual.
Yes, absolutely. He recently got back from Lebanon, got a chance to work with some of the kids there, sort of coaching them up a little bit in the ways of MMA and stuff. So that was a cool thing. He posted, there were some videos posted on social media about that.
Yeah.
Really interesting guy. So, again, two experienced guys, and I think this will be a great matchup.
That's right. Now, moving it right along, bout number 6. We had a bantamweight division. This is one that I'm very interested in. We got Trayvon Willis out of Capital MMA versus Micah Negron from Modern American Martial Arts. Both of these guys have fought for us before, and both are very scrappy dudes in the bantamweight division. And when they matched up yesterday at weigh-ins, I was like, man, they're like head-to-head, same size, same build almost, and both remind me of each other almost in a certain sense. What do you know about these guys?
Yeah, so as far as Trayvon Willis goes, Tricky Trayvon Willis is I guess, his fighter nickname. He's an active duty member of the United States Coast Guard, and as you pointed out, he's fought here on CageZilla a bunch of times before. I think this will be his fourth fight here in CageZilla. We recently saw him back at CageZilla 89. So, so once again, a veteran with some experience. The main difference I would see between him and Micah is Micah kind of describes himself as more of a calm, relaxed. He doesn't take things. He's like, this is just another fight. I saw him just kind of chilling in the back, didn't really look too amped up and everything. And so I think that difference will be an interesting style matchup because Trey Willis is not like that. I mean, he's going to come out guns blazing. At least that's what he's shown in the past.
Yeah, no, Trayvon is tough and he's mean. And, I'm excited for that one. Let's move it right along. Moving into our heavyweight bout of the evening. And you know with the heavyweights, you don't get up, you don't go get a drink, you don't go to the bathroom, you don't get a snack. You sit down and you watch because you never know what's going to happen with those 4-ounce gloves on. We got Chris Calambihis out of Method MMA versus TJ McCray from Disciple 9. Both of these guys really looked. It was a nice face-off yesterday. They had Chris standing pretty tall and slender, and TJ kind of short, stocky, but muscular. He's a former gymnast. What do you know about these guys?
Yeah, so Chris is an interesting guy, as you pointed out, very, very tall. There's a pretty significant height and reach difference in this fight that I think will be interesting to see how it plays out. But yeah, Chris, tall guy, big dude. He was supposed to be on, some previous cards. Those fights have, I guess, fallen through for one reason or another. So it's good to see that he's on this card.
Yeah, he's also supposed to be on our June card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the interesting things that I learned about Chris talking to his father yesterday at the weigh-ins is he actually trained with the Greek national wrestling team.
Wow.
And that's significant because, wrestling was kind of invented there, right? I mean, they're like the OGs of wrestling from like the Olympics back in,
I think that's where it started, right?
Ancient whenever.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool to know that like he's at that level where he was training with the Greek national team. As far as TJ goes, TJ was as like he didn't want to talk about anything. He didn't want to give any sort of information that his opponent could use. I was like, so, how would you describe your fighting style? He said, no comment. I said, oh, okay. What about what do you do for your job? He's like, well, I'll tell you, but I don't want you to mention it to anybody. So, yeah, so this guy is very no-nonsense.
All right.
Business-like.
Yeah, he's got something up his sleeve for tonight.
Yeah,
I'm excited for it. Now we're getting into the title fights. We got 3 title fights on the night. Our first one of the night is going to be our middleweight interim title fight. We got Nash Hilton out of Lotus Combat Club versus Ivan Lakicevic. Oh man, I'm glad I pronounced that right.
Yeah.
I think I did get it right.
You got it good.
Out of White Rhino MMA in 185-pound division. This is an interesting fight because Nash was supposed to fight our champion JJ McDonald.
Yeah.
JJ couldn't make it for one reason or another. Ivan stepped in, so that's why this is the interim belt. And then on our October 24th card, hopefully we can unify this belt with the winner versus JJ McDonald. I'm really excited for that one.
Yeah, both these guys really, really, really good, high-quality dudes. Nash Hilton, he owns a gym up in upstate Clifton Park, New York. Goes by the Avenger, and he's done a lot of research on Ivan. Knows a bit about him. I actually got to talk to Ivan a little bit too at the weigh-ins, and his brother was actually what inspired Ivan to start martial arts training. So having his brother there was kind of a nice thing to see representing there. And both of them have quite a few fights under their belt. So very experienced guys.
It's really a battle of 2 veterans in the game. They've had some wins, they have some losses, but ultimately put together they have almost 20 fights. And so really excited for this one, guys. Moving into our co-main event of the evening in the 125-pound division, we have our flyweight title on the line. We have Dakota Martin out of 10th Planet BJJ Henderson. He's got a big fan base and a great team behind him. As a matter of fact, his coach, we were talking the other day, and a nice gentleman at the weigh-ins, and I guess I fought his cousin, Keon Wilkins, like back in the day in another promotion, in pro promotion. And so it's a very small martial arts world that we kind of live in. And versus Marshall Juergens, coming off a huge win over Idris Zabi from Kaizen. He submitted him very quickly, and it kind of surprised everyone. Jumped right on his back and got his neck. I was really, really, I was surprised and proud of him for it. I was like, wow. I was like, man, coming back. His only loss is to someone who didn't make weight. So he came in like 5 or 6 pounds overweight. So he really hasn't lost in the flyweight division. This is a really, really exciting fight in the flyweight division.
Yeah, absolutely. As far as Dakota Martin goes, for those of you who don't watch CageZilla Unchained, I'm going to recommend you go watch Brent Hess's video with Dakota Martin on CageZilla Unchained. He talks a lot about his faith and what led him to where he is today, and it's a pretty powerful thing to watch. So, I mean, that one interview alone is worth watching CageZilla Unchained.
Yeah, we were texting this morning. He sent me some scriptures this morning, and it was such a beautiful thing. And he's a man of faith, and you know, I really respect that.
Yeah. Now, as far as Marshall Juergens goes, no stranger. He's fought in TCB. He's fought in CageZilla. He's a young guy, but he's got, you know, a number of fights under his belt here. Yeah. As you pointed out, he had that highlight reel victory over Idris Zabi, you know, at the last event he was at. So, yeah, once again, this is you couldn't have picked two better people to go for the title.
Yeah, no, 100%. Well, let's move into our main event because I want to talk to one half of our main event. But let's talk about the fight first. We have Marshall Lee out of Tech MMA. He's undefeated in the cage. He's been here inside the CageZilla cage before. Versus our champion, our lightweight champion in the 155-pound division. We have Georgios GS3 Spanakis from Tactical Combat. A great individual. One of the guys I've maybe interviewed the most on CageZilla Unchained. He might have the record. Great guy, great individual, and I can't wait to speak to him here in a bit. What do you know about these guys?
Yeah, so Marshall Lee, very no-nonsense kind of a guy. Young dude, 23 years old. He fought, as you pointed out, he fought Shabir Shirzai back at CageZilla 88. That was kind of an interesting fight because Shabir came out kind of guns blazing, but Marshall weathered the storm and then used his wrestling to kind of take control of that fight. And then there was like a weird equipment failure to start the third round, and that's how he won that. He since left, went to a couple of other promotions, picked up 2 big wins there, and he's now fighting tonight, and I think he already has his next fight booked at another promotion for September, regardless of what happens here. So this guy is busy. He's taking it seriously.
He's on a roll.
Yeah. Now, as far as GS3 goes, I don't necessarily want to talk about GS3 because I understand that he's actually here today, and so I'm going to let him talk about himself.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and have him up. Come on now, Georgios. I think we have him here in the building. How you doing, my brother?
What's going on, guys?
Good to see you. See if this works for you.
Hello. Yeah,
all right. Hey, well, Georgios Spanakis III, what is up, champ? How's the family? First of all, how's life? Because I know you fight for them. It's part of the reason you carry that flag so strongly, and you're proud to step in that cage and defend your belt. Let's start with the family. How they doing?
Family's doing amazing. I wish my kids were here, but I kind of don't like to have them watch me fight. So we'll watch it once I get home. My wife's here, and all my other family and friends are here, so I'm very grateful for all of them to come through and come watch me achieve greatness.
That's right. And greatness you will get to achieve tonight. Well, let's get down to business. Let's talk about that right hand, because I got a couple questions for you, but I want to start there. A few CageZillas back, you hit Harrison Mann with that one that looked like you electrocuted him against the fence. The last time you were here, you didn't just win the belt. You hit Kenneth Dunbar with that taser right hand again. And finished him off with in 1 minute and 30 seconds of the first round. When you walked out that night with that title belt over your shoulder, how'd you feel? Did you feel like you've arrived? Did it make you hungry? Or what were kind of some of the emotions that you were feeling?
It made me extremely hungry because I know that that was the beginning of my journey, and I know that there's much more waiting for me in the future, so that, I just felt an overwhelming emotion of just gratitude, and because it's not just me that's walking into that cage and fighting. I have my people behind me, my team, and it takes a village. It really does take a village. With my kids and with my wife, she sacrifices just as much as me, and we make it work. So it's working right now.
That's right. You're the champ, man.
Yes, sir.
Well, tonight you're up against Marshall Lee. He actually picked up a nice win, like Brooke was mentioning, at CageZilla 88 versus Shabir Shirzai, the very same night that you picked up a nice win against Mohamed Bangura. I guess was he on your radar? Did you see his win that night? What do you think about him in general as an opponent?
Yeah, I did not see his fight that night, but I have been watching his fights. He's had 3 fights. He's 3-0. Very strong young guy. Definitely an up-and-coming prospect. I think he's deserving of coming for the belt. But it's gonna be an interesting fight. I don't think it's gonna be as easy as he thinks it is. He thinks that I'm just a striker, and I'm gonna show him otherwise.
Beautiful, man. Well, hey, I always like to ask this question. I always get a different answer from everybody. It's always like a unique question. I don't get to usually ask it on fight night. What kind of energy are you bringing into this fight here tonight? What should we expect to see from GS3?
Well, right now, I mean, I'm level-headed. I feel good, but I'm gonna be calm, cool, and collected like always, but extremely intense. I want the finish. I believe I'm gonna get the finish, so that's what we're looking to do.
Beautiful. Beautiful, man. Well, hey, you got a super bright future, man. Give us a way we can follow you, pick up some of that merch. Where's the merch at?
Yeah, this is it right here. There it is. So if you guys want to get some merch,
over chaos.
Precision over chaos.
Extinctmail.com. I got shirts on there. We're going to be dropping some more clothing and stuff soon. Hoodies, sweatpants, shorts.
And we can follow you at GS3 MMA, right?
Yes, sir. On Instagram, Facebook. You can find me on all the socials.
Beautiful. Well, hey, I know you got some things to attend to tonight.
Yes, sir.
And I can't wait to call your fight, man. Godspeed.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it, guys.
Thanks for coming on.
Thanks. Appreciate it. Download our Wild Style Network app that has just been launched. We got tons of free CageZilla and TCB merch and all kinds of stuff on there. For Mr. Brooke Heaton and myself, the wait is now over. The crowd is getting loud. The fighters are proud. The stage is set here at the Salisbury Center for CageZilla 92. The action starts now.
You critics don't define our honor. You try to shame us for doing our job. You teach children to fear us, crowds to attack us, and good people to doubt us. But we will never back down from our sworn duty to uphold the Constitution of the United States of America. We wake up every day, put on our badge, strap a gun to our hips, kiss our families goodbye, and put our lives between the law-abiding and any criminal who threatens their rights. We serve people of every color and creed, men, women, and children in violent, dangerous neighborhoods, because they have the same right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness as CEOs, movie stars, and the political elite. We are Americans, and we are the American police officer. We stand with the National Rifle Association of America, and the NRA stands with us. Together, we're freedom's safest place.
Left, right, center. Left, surround, right, surround.
UFC heavyweight champion Stipe Miocic fights for more than just a gold belt. A proud son of immigrants, Stipe fought for his dreams while working 2 jobs and fighting fires for his community. Stipe still fights fires and still proudly fights for his heritage. The belt is a bonus. Since 1925, we've proved that it doesn't matter where you come from. It matters what you're made of. Modelo, the official beer of the UFC.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
They're setting up the flag now.
Houston, we have a problem. We can't do it. Who in the world is that?
They've got the flag up now.
If you can't, we can.
If you can't, we can. Michael and Son.
Here at Michael & Son, we heard that having animals at the office can reduce stress and increase productivity, so we started a Bring Your Pets to Work Day. Turns out, it wasn't quite what we had imagined. So, maybe we shouldn't have pets at the office, but we can help animals find a new home. In fact, for the rest of the month, we will donate a portion of all plumbing, electrical, and heating proceeds to Saving Grace Animal Rescue. Call us today.
Michael and Son.
No, I want Domino's.
The Domino's tracker now has GPS with delivery alerts, so we don't catch you before you're ready.
Hey, time of your life, huh, kid?
It's about to be.
Try it next time you get any 2 or more medium 2-topping pizzas delivered for just $5.99 each.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to CageZilla 59.
When you carry out Domino's 3-topping pizzas for $7.99 each, it takes skill to get that pizza from our store to your door. Through tight spots, slow walks, and water shots. So next time you order carryout online, we're going to tip you for delivering your own pizza to yourself. After all, you earned it. Get a $3 tip to use on your next order just for carrying out, only at Domino's.
At Hooters, you can watch the tournament with your buddies. All your buddies. Like the ones with ice-cold beer. And one-of-a-kind wings that are nothing but net. You know, buddies you won't have to fight for the remote. Buddies who know a thing or two about basketball. And the fans who live for it.
Where else are you gonna get all this?
Hooters, your official hangout for game day.
The sub above difference is giant. Giant hearts, giant differences, and giant wins. On Jersey Mike's annual day of giving, 100% of sales go to a great cause in your community. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
turn away. Put your heart into the tell me if you feel your best pain. 'Cause I don't wanna be a ball of shame.
Go, 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 go!
With you
That work!
You and
You critics don't define our honor. You try to shame us for doing our job. You teach children to fear us, crowds to attack us, and good people to doubt us. But we will never back down from our sworn duty to uphold the Constitution of the United States of America. We wake up every day, put on our badge, strap a gun to our hips, kiss our families goodbye, and put our lives between the law-abiding and any criminal who threatens their rights. We serve people of every color and creed, men, women, and children in violent, dangerous neighborhoods, because they have the same right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness as CEOs, movie stars, and the political elite. We are Americans, and we are the American police officer. We stand with the National Rifle Association of America, and the NRA stands with us. Together, we're freedom's safest place.
Left, right, center. Left, surround, right, surround.
UFC heavyweight champion Stipe Miocic fights for more than just a gold belt. A proud son of immigrants, Stipe fought for his dreams while working 2 jobs and fighting fires for his community. Stipe still fights fires and still proudly fights for his heritage. The belt is a bonus. Since 1925, we've proved that it doesn't matter where you come from. It matters what you're made of. Modelo, the official beer of UFC.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
They're setting up the flag now.
Houston, we have a problem. We can't do it. Who in the world is that?
They've got the flag up now.
If you can't, we can.
if you can, we can. Michael and Son.
Here at Michael & Son, we heard that having animals at the office can reduce stress and increase productivity, so we started a Bring Your Pets to Work Day. Turns out, it wasn't quite what we had imagined. So, maybe we shouldn't have pets at the office, but we can help animals find a new home. In fact, for the rest of the month, we will donate a portion of all plumbing, electrical, and heating proceeds to Saving Grace Animal Rescue. Call us today.
Michael and Son.
No, I want Domino's.
Just take those old records off the shelf. I sit and listen to them by myself. Today's music ain't got the same soul. I like that old time rock and roll.
Domino's tracker now has GPS with delivery alerts, so we don't catch you before you're ready.
Hey, time of your life, huh, kid?
It's about to be.
Try it next time you get any 2 or more medium 2-topping pizzas delivered for just $5.99 each.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to CageZilla 59.
When you carry out Domino's 3-topping pizzas for $7.99 each, it takes skill to get that pizza from our store to your door. Through tight spots, slow walks, and water shots. So next time you order carryout online, we're going to tip you for delivering your own pizza to yourself. After all, you earned it. Get a $3 tip to use on your next order just for carrying out, only at Domino's.
At Hooters, you can watch the tournament with your buddies. All your buddies. Like the ones with ice-cold beer. And one-of-a-kind wings that are nothing but net. You know, buddies you won't have to fight for the remote. Buddies who know a thing or two about basketball. And the fans who live for it.
Where else are you gonna get all this?
Hooters, your official hangout for game day.
The sub above difference is giant. Giant hearts, giant differences, and giant wins. On Jersey Mike's annual day of giving, 100% of sales go to a great cause in your community. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Welcome, fight fans, to CageZilla 92. My name is Brooke Heaton, along with my co-host, CageZilla Hall of Famer Brent Hess. Brent, how are you feeling about tonight?
Oh, baby, we are in for a treat tonight. We were just talking off air about how exciting this card is. Everybody in-house and watching worldwide is really, really in for a treat tonight.
All right, well, let's not delay it any further. We'll send it down to our ring announcer, Mr. Chris Fuller, to get the action started.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live from the sold-out Salisbury Center in historic Manassas, Virginia, and broadcasting live worldwide at CageZilla.com for CageZilla 92. We have 10 action-packed bouts scheduled for you this evening, including 3 title bouts and culminating in our main event featuring Marshall Lee challenging Georgios Spanakis for the CageZilla lightweight title. My name is Chris Fuller, and I'll be your ring announcer and ringside commentator for this evening. I'm joined, as always, by my friends up in the booth, Brooke Heaton and Brent Hess, and our brand new ring interviewer, it's Jade Jufre. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to ask everyone who is able to please stand, and gentlemen, remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem. And now, for everyone in attendance here at the Salisbury Center and everybody watching at home on CageZilla.com, are you ready? Making his way to the cage and fighting out of the blue corner, it's Eli Pierce.
Welcome, everybody, to CageZilla 92, August 22nd here at the Salisbury Center. I'm here with the main man here, Mr. Brooke Heaton. Brooke, how you feeling tonight?
Well, first of all, you are the main man. You are the CageZilla Hall of Famer, not me, but I appreciate the nice words. Feeling great. We've got Eli Pierce coming down to the ring here. His nickname is the Grave Digger, a nickname that he earned because that is his job. This man is an undertaker. He works at a cemetery, and he actually digs graves for a living. This is his first CageZilla fight, second fight overall. Pretty new to the fight game. His first fight was back in May of this year, so recently engaged, as we talked about in the pre-show, and will be married 2 weeks from today.
Wow, yeah, and he's got Coach Hendricks there in his corner there from 10th Planet, BJJ and Henderson, and they were really excited to get on this card. You see Dakota Martin there, who's going to be in our flyweight title fight. Just, you know, in an hour or so, right? A little bit later tonight. And he's got his teammate here, Eli, starting off the show for us. It's the first time 10th Planet BJJ has fought for us. Another team, among others tonight, that's very excited to get inside the CageZilla cage and make a name for themselves.
Yeah, so Brent, you have a lot of experience fighting here. I mean, what is it like, if you remember back to your first time?
Yeah, I mean, it was Operation Octagon. It wasn't CageZilla,
okay.
Right? Let's send it down to Chris here. Let's get this red corner in.
And his opponent, making his way to the cage and fighting out of the red corner, it's Gabe Brizendine.
We have Gabe Brizendine from Disciple MMA. And yeah, like you say, I remember that, he's making the walk and making that walk for the first time to the CageZilla cage, especially in a platform like this. I mean, look around. The place is packed. We got screens as far as you can see, and man, for these guys and the amateurs to get this kind of experience, the heart's racing. They got all the emotions going on inside the cage, but when the cage door locks and the bell rings, you don't really have time to think about different other stuff, right? You got a problem in front of you, and you got to dissolve that problem or figure it out somehow. I'm excited to see Gabe Brizendine here from Disciple MMA. You see Mike Pendlebury in his corner, Coach Neil, Coach Paul Sacharing there, and all good guys that I know very well and all great guys. And for them to be in his corner, he's rolling deep tonight.
Yeah. Gabe, I talked extensively with Coach Mike at the weigh-ins yesterday. He had nothing but great things to say about Gabe, about what a great teammate he is, what a great person, how dedicated he is. And so I'm really excited to see somebody with those accolades being given to him, with a man like Coach Mike with all this experience to come in here and really showcase what he's all about.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And like I say, this was one of the face-offs yesterday at weigh-ins that really kind of had me intrigued, Both guys were kind of had that smiling at each other a little bit with that, like, I'm going to get you smile.
Yeah.
And, Gabe had Eli had his hand out right in his face. Gabe was right there. He wasn't shying away. And, man, I'm really excited for this one. A great way to start off CageZilla 92 here. Let's send it down to Chris for our official cage announcements.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for three-minute rounds in the CageZilla Bantamweight division. It is brought to you by our friends at Sand Screen Printing, turning ink into art, and Southland Insulators, insulation expertise that you can count on. And now, starting out, fighting out of the blue corner, standing 5'7" and weighing in at 135 pounds, fighting out of 10th Planet BJJ, it's Eli, the Gravedigger Pierce.
Eli Pierce, 5'7", 135.
And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, standing 5'5" and weighing in at 132 pounds, fighting out of Disciple MMA, it's Gabe Bruce Wee Brizendine.
Gabe Brizendine, 5'5", 132.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for three-minute rounds in the CageZilla Bantamweight division. It is brought to you by Sand Screen Printing and Southland Insulators, and your referee is Gabe Blodgett.
Gabe Blodgett, the referee. Eli Pierce in the blue corner, Gabe Brizendine in the red corner. Both of these gentlemen making their CageZilla debuts, and the action is just about to start. Gabe making his final checks there as the official, and we're about ready to get things going.
Yeah, I'm excited for tonight. The first of 10 exciting fights on the night, and we got with the touch of gloves. Here we go.
Oh,
nice
some good
hook.
shots there from Eli.
Some good boxing to start it off.
Yeah, now Gabe goes to the clinch, trying to work him up against the cage. And he gets the takedown. Nice takedown. He immediately goes to some heavy ground and pound there. Eli's defending well so far up against the cage. And I'll tell you, man, we couldn't have asked for a better start here to CageZilla 92.
Yeah, Eli started off with some nice crispy boxing, but Gabe systematically kind of got him to the cage, trapped his leg, and got him to the floor. And he's unleashing some serious ground and pound.
Nice ground and pound there from Gabe. Keeping him down. Eli looking to defend. Oh, look for a second like maybe he had that guard transition into something, but now it's Gabe back in the top position.
Yeah, Eli staying smart, staying calm, working his guard, but he can't keep absorbing all that punishment that Gabe is raining down on him, because it's going to start paying dividends for him.
Nice short elbows there from Gabe. Eli fighting back, though, from his back, trying to get some elbows in of his own. as Gabe tries to improve his position, really going to those elbows. And I'll tell you what, he's getting some very effective strikes from that top position with those elbows.
Yeah, he's trapping that left arm, which is keeping Gabe glued to him, because if he didn't have that left arm trapped, Gabe would be raining down punches. You know, you better believe that.
It's like trying for a hip escape here from the bottom, but
You
getting
can
elbowed
still
in the
see
process.
Yeah.
Good elbows there from Gabe Brizendine. He's found a lot of success so far with those.
There's blood coming from somebody.
I'm assuming it's going to be Eli, because those elbows have been landing, and Gabe is using his left arm, the arm that he has free.
Yeah, it looks like
very effectively.
Looks like the left eye of Eli has drawn some blood there, as you pointed out, from those elbows for sure. And he continues with the elbows. They've scooted almost completely across the cage there, but Eli unable to escape thus far.
There we go. Eli's got to find his way up. He's got to use the cage, start working his way up, and he's got to get a post to the ground. He's got to get a knee to the ground and start using the cage to work his way up. Gabe's doing a great job of keeping pressure on him.
Yeah, every time he tries to do that, Gabe just starts unleashing that barrage of short punches there from the right hand. And then he goes back to the elbows again.
20 seconds left here in round one. Looks like it might reach round two, but Eli's going to go back to his corner looking a little different.
Yeah. A lot of blood coming out of that left eye.
Yeah, I can't really tell. Did you guys get a good view of it? Where they're right in front of me, but I can't actually see.
It looks like the left eye of Eli is where the damage is.
Yeah, that's a bad spot. Yep, it is. It looks like his eyebrow. That's a bad spot.
So that completes round one. Oh, and Gabe has some words for Eli. They're right there at the end of the round. I don't know if you saw that. They had some words for each other as Gabe got off of him.
And Eli was smiling at him, so he's game. Coach has got to clean up that cut.
Yeah, I'm worried about what the doctor's going to say here, Brent, because he's got a river flowing out of his eye right now.
He had a considerable amount of blood on his eye. I'm hoping it's not going to be a fight stopper. Hopefully they can just slap some Vaseline on it.
I'll tell you what, so far, very, very great debut there for Gabe Brizendine. You know, it started out at the very, very beginning of the fight. He got cracked a couple of times. Eli had a nice barrage to start the fight. Gabe immediately went to that takedown and basically controlled the action from there on out for the rest of the first round.
Fellas, yeah. I am concerned here. Doc is taking a real hard look at this. It's not.
I wish they would clean it off. I still see blood on his face. Who's cleaning him off?
Blood all over his.
Oh, she is letting it go. I am shocked.
Nice.
They got to clean his eye off. He's still got blood in his eye.
He's got blood on his chest. He's got,
Well, I mean, there's only so much they can do over there. That was, he had the mighty Mississippi flowing out of his eyebrow just now.
Yeah, he did.
All right, here we go. He's ready to go, though, man.
Yeah.
He's got to get some offense going. Eli does.
Yeah, Eli's looking pretty intense. I think that there was a little bit of trash talk there at the end of the round, and you can see no love lost between these two gentlemen. Although they do show the sportsmanship. They touch gloves there. And here we go.
Good body kick.
I think Gabe's going to try to do a lot of the same stuff. He's going to try to get him to the floor. And get him down.
There's some nice headshots.
Nice boxing hit from Gabe. You better not give him a leg to grab.
Yeah, stay at distance. Stick with what's working. Don't try to tie up.
Listen to the audience here on fight number one of the night here at the Salisbury Center.
Hey, I'm going to tell you what. I'll probably say this about 15 times tonight, but kudos to Scott and the Wild Style production crew. This place looks better than it has ever looked, and that's saying something because it looks amazing every time we do this.
Yeah,
but tonight is extra special.
So we got some good work in the clinch out of both fighters. There was a nice uppercut from Eli there just a second ago. Both fighters have gotten some good knees in. So far, things are going much better for Eli this round.
I think Gabe would be smart to get him to the cage and get him down and start working more of his ground and pound. He was having a lot of success there in round one.
So back to what we were talking.
Big shot there from Gabe.
Looks like they might have collided with their heads too.
Going back to that clinch again. Both fighters throwing those knees to the midsection. Gabe trying to hit him in the head with those knees. Now Eli's trying to improve by backing him up, but Gabe's game for that. So we're seeing a lot of clinch this round. Very different than what we saw in the first round.
Yeah, they're looking to keep
Look
it
at
on
those
the feet.
shots to the body there, too, from Eli.
Yeah, good knees, good body shots. And those wear on you, you know what I mean? You might not think it does, but those body shots really take the wind out of you, no pun intended.
Oh, and now, it looks
for
like...
a takedown right now from Gabe.
Yeah, Gabe trying to get that trip. Eli saw it and was able to get out of it.
If Gabe takes him to the floor right now in the second round, controls it right there, I think he might have won the fight if it continues to look that way in the third round if it doesn't stop.
All right, so now we have some kind of a...
He's trying to cinch up the neck.
Yeah. Gabe gets out of it. Gabe looks like he might be a little bit tired now. Not quite as much energy as before. There's a high kick that he misses, and he goes to the ground, and now Gabe pouring it on there against the cage. Oh, he's going to need to do something. Eli's going to need to start defending himself. Gabe Blodgett taking a careful look as Gabe continues from top position.
That lazy head kick was not what he needed there at the end of the round.
Absolutely right, Brent.
Less than 10 seconds. Is he headbutting him? What? Oh, no, he's going for those short elbows.
It looked like it. It did look like a headbutt.
When you get lazy with a shot, especially a high kick like that, it just leaves you open to that takedown, and that is exactly what happened.
Gabe didn't have to do anything. He just kind of shrugged his shoulders. Gabe went down, or Eli went down.
Just a lapse of judgment. Young fighter, it's expected, but that's something he'll go back and look at the tape probably this weekend and learn from that.
100%, Chris.
Yeah, now something that Jade pointed out was that, at the end of the round there, if Gabe could get top position, he would probably win that round, and now he's definitely up 2 rounds. So Jade, I think you were right on that. I think the only chance Eli has here at this point is to get a knockout.
Yeah, it seemed that Eli had some good combos in the second round. If he continues that and just avoids the single leg takedown, avoids falling, avoids any of those mistakes, he could still potentially win this fight.
Yeah. So, Doctor once again over there taking a look at the eye of Eli. I think right there at the end of the second round, Gabe was able to do a little bit more damage and kind of bust that cut open again.
Reopen. It looks like a deep cut from my view.
Oh, and they have called a stop to the fight. They've waved it off. The cut was, I guess, very deep. And so, Gabe Brizendine, Bruce Wee, the nickname given to him by Mike Pendlebury yesterday at weigh-ins, goes 1-0. Congratulations to him. It's unfortunate that the fight had to end that way because, man, I'll tell you what, for a first fight, this was really entertaining.
Yeah, I feel like Eli still had a little more in him. He wanted to get back out there, but ultimately the doctor has the last say, and always have the best interest of the athletes at heart. So I'm glad they were looking out for him, and yeah, I hope to see him back. He's a very, very tough guy. When you have a cut on the eye, man, it's like such a pain, It kind of depends where it's at. Hopefully it's not, if it's above the eye, the blood runs into the eye. If it's under the eye, it's a little bit better. But this one looks like it was above the eye. I didn't see it clearly. And, doctor wasn't having it. So, yeah, hopefully he gets his medical attention. And congratulations ultimately to Gabe Brizendine from Disciple MMA because he did what he was supposed to do in here tonight. He came out right from the jump. He got hit with a good left hook coming out in the first round. And then went into autopilot, man. Took him to the cage, got him down with a single leg, and had at least some vicious ground and pound. I don't know if you remember that ground and pound in the first round.
Very, very effective from the top position.
Yeah, I mean, come on. He was looking really good, and that ultimately was what opened up Eli. And yeah, he'll learn from this. He'll learn from this. I'm not sure how much the cut would have been better if he didn't throw that high kick there at the end of the fight,
Yeah.
Because, Gabe did get some nice elbows there at the end of the fight. It looked like he was headbutting him, but he was dropping that elbow just viciously, and his hair was shaking. So it looked like he was throwing a headbutt. But congratulations once again to Gabe. Let's send it down to Chris for the official announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Gabe Blodgett has called a stop to the action after the Blue corner could not answer the bell to enter the third round. For your winner by TKO, out of the red corner, it's Gabe Brizendine.
Congratulations once again to Gabe Brizendine, undefeated, 1-0 in his MMA career. We're going to take a quick break with some few important messages, and we'll be right back.
You know we can get away because of only your name. Every day I feel this pain, but you just don't walk away. I just can't keep hanging on to you.
Salisbury Center, we are ready for our next fight. Making his way to the cage and fighting out of the blue corner, it's Suleiman Ashrafi.
Suleiman Ashrafi out of the Hive MMA, there with Coach Zaki Motion in his corner, a pro fighter, a great guy, and yeah, he's got some great talent in his corner. A young guy, as we were talking about on the pre-show. This is youth versus experience, and this is going to be one to watch here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, you want to talk about two people at different stages of their lives. Suleiman Ashrafi, 19 years old. This is his first fight. He's only been training for about a year. He considers himself mainly a striker. He's a student at Northern Virginia Community College, but carries a 4.0 GPA there. Works at a data center, and I asked him what his hobbies were outside of school, work, and fighting, and he said, fighting is my only hobby. MMA, that's all I want to do. That's all I think about. That's my hobby. So, you know, as opposed to his opponent, which we'll talk about in a little bit, considerably older and at a very different stage of his life in terms of family and all those things.
Yeah, he's got a guy this age he's got one focus, man. He's got his blinders on to everything else, and that's all he's got to worry about. You know, he doesn't have a family, he doesn't have kids, he doesn't have things that his opponent has, and so he's got one focus, and that's MMA. Yeah. And he's under, like I say, great tutelage there with Coach Zaki Motion. There's Coach Eunice in his corner there from Hive MMA, and they're a fairly new gym in the area, but they're making some waves and doing some great stuff, and I'm happy to ultimately have them inside of the CageZilla cage here tonight and see what Suleiman Ashrafi is gonna bring to the table here. Let's go ahead and get his opponent in here.
And his opponent, Making his way to the cage and fighting out of the red corner, it's Andrew Keeney.
Andrew Keeney from Tactical Combat, MMA, with Coach Josh there. His teammate will be GS3, who will be in our main event of the night. And Andrew Keeney will be starting it off for the team. I'm excited for Coach Josh. You see Coach Josh there. You see Robert Sturgill there in his corner. GS3 in his corner. Isaiah Brooks, a pro fighter, in his corner. And all the boys that, you know, like I always say with these guys from Tactical Combat, man, they come to fight. When they come down from Pennsylvania, from where they're from, they come down here to Manassas to fight. They don't come down here to kind of try to eke out a decision or win strategically kind of thing, you know, on points. They're coming here to fight, and that's one thing I like about the team. Coach Josh has got a very serious demeanor. He's always happy to come here and fight for CageZilla. Super happy tonight, right? And look at him having a great time over there. The boys having a great time in the corner. But yeah, like I say, they come down here for business, and I assume that Andrew Keeney will be right there in that boat.
Yeah, so this is Andrew's 4th fight overall, but his 1st in CageZilla. So he's got a little bit of experience, again, compared to his opponent, Suleiman. Suleiman, his opponent, is 19. Andrew is 34 years old. He's married, and he has got 5 kids at home, ages 10, 8, 4, 3, and 1. So Andrew's got a lot of other things going on in his life besides fighting. And so the other thing that I think is interesting, so you've got the contrast in age, you've got the contrast in experience, in life situation. Also, Suleiman describes himself as a striker, whereas Andrew describes himself as a grappler. So we have the ultimate contrast in styles. Now that he's in the ring, let's send it down to Mr. Chris Fuller for the official ring introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds in the CageZilla Bantamweight division. It is brought to you by our friends at Lindsay Automotive Group. You'll love it at Lindsay. And Green Village Concrete, the level best in Northern Virginia. And now, starting out, fighting out of the blue corner, standing 5'6" and weighing in at 135 pounds, fighting out of Hive MMA, he is making his CageZilla debut. It's Suleiman Ashrafi!
Suleiman Ashrafi, 5'6", 135.
And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, standing 5'5" and weighing in at 135 pounds, fighting out of Tactical Combat MMA with a record of 1 win and 2 defeats. It's Andrew, the Hillbilly Assassin, Keeney!
Andrew Keeney, 5'5", 135.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds in the CageZilla Bantamweight division. It is brought to you by Lindsay Automotive Group and Green Village Concrete, and your referee is Joe Stevens.
Joe Stevens, the official in charge of the action, making his final checks here. Suleiman Ashrafi in the blue corner. Andrew, the Hillbilly Assassin Keeney, in the red corner. And we are about ready to get this fight underway.
Here we go. I'm excited for this one.
Here we go.
Fight number 2 of the night.
I don't know how many times I got to try to give Andrew a fist bump. That dude is all business. He left me hanging 3 times there.
Oh, there's a good shot there.
Oh, big knee coming in right there.
Yeah, and I'll tell you that Andrew immediately tries to go to that wrestling after the success. Oh, he's trying to choke. Look at that. Suleiman's going for like some kind of a neck. Oh, and Andrew's easily able to get out of it. They're jockeying up for position up against the cage. So,
look at that.
Looks like Andrew reverses the position a little bit.
Good position.
Now
he took some hard shots coming in the beginning of the round, but now he's got really good position there.
Yep.
And you know he's in the gym rolling around with some good guys there at Tactical. And so, yeah, Suleiman's going to have to figure out this puzzle.
Suleiman tries to drop some elbows. But I'll tell you, Andrew really, really trying to get that takedown. He is not going to abandon that at all. Suleiman trying to stay busy.
He's doing a good job stuffing it so far.
Yeah.
For someone who doesn't consider themselves a grappler, Suleiman is doing a really good job with his takedown defense right here.
Yeah.
He's pushing. No. He tried to push off the cage there and get something going, but it did not work. Andrew is
there
tough
he goes.
to deal with.
Gets the takedown, but Suleiman right back up. I don't even know if you would count that as a takedown. It was so quick. Popped right back up.
Andrew keeping really good control there, really good back control, really buying some time and buying some control time. You know, this plays a factor in judges' eyes when they're watching. You know, he's controlling the fight right now.
Yep. You can definitely tell. Oh, and there he goes. He spins him down, but look at that. Suleiman right back up again. Yeah, Andrew's still not letting him go.
It's a good point by Jade a minute ago. This is not his background, but he is doing a hell of a job right now fighting off this takedown.
Yeah.
He did a good job pushing the head down when they were squared up, and now he's fighting the wrist really well. Yes. Now he's got a headlock. Looking for a choke here, going for a guillotine.
Andrew's still working for the takedown, and Andrew gets the takedown. And now he's got a good position, and he takes the back. What will he be able to do from here? Wow. Oh, and I'll tell you what, Andrew Keating's got a good position.
Oh, he might be under the neck here.
Suleiman's trying to fight it off, but Andrew's
20 seconds
all
left.
over him. Will he be able to get the submission? Now, Suleiman's in a lot of trouble, and
he will not get the submission.
Yeah, no, it looks like Suleiman so far has been able to defend it. Andrew's kind of switched to a little bit of striking there.
Suleiman staying smart, staying patient. He should have heard that 10-second clapper and you know, be waiting out for the bell. Yeah, there he goes.
Yeah. And we talk about that sometimes, Brent. Like, at what point you know you're in short time? Do you abandon the choke attempt and just focus on delivering some punishment there at the end, or do you still try to sink that choke in?
Yeah, no, I mean, if I'm Andrew, I would have been wailing on him, really trying to hit him and cause some damage, make a cut, open up a cut, something like that, because, you know, man, that's a tough one because it's all kind of what Andrew was feeling. Maybe he felt like he was under the neck too, right? All it takes is a couple seconds, he's under the neck and he can get it. So,
absolutely.
But yeah, when that 10-second bell goes off, if you don't have anything and you had good position, I say cause damage.
I agree, but you know, like you were saying in the judge's eyes, he had that round pretty much locked up with his control.
Yeah.
Although I don't find it to be a bad first round for Suleiman's debut. I think he did a great job with the takedown defense, and that's all you can do when you're a striker. He went for it at the beginning of the first round, obviously, but then he loses it when he has his back to him. So,
but that's got to build a little bit of confidence too, right? Knowing that you're going against a wrestler, and he didn't have very good success with the takedown. So yeah, you're right. I bet that build a little confidence over here in the blue corner.
I think Suleiman should just come in heavy with the hands in this second round.
So we're about to find out if Suleiman agrees with you.
That's how you nullify a strike right there with that outside leg kick.
So you can see it's Andrew who's actually, it goes right back to what he was successful with in the first round.
He just knows how to shuck him by and get right to his back.
He's got that leg. Going for the single leg again. Suleiman once again trying to fight him off, and this time Andrew gets him down much, much quicker.
Wow, you can just tell Andrew's done that single leg 100 times, and he knew he was comfortable.
And now look at this,
boy.
Taking the back again.
This is not a good place to start the round off. Yeah. Now Andrew's got a ton more time.
Way.
If he keeps his hips square.
Oh, and now he's got the back again. Once again, going for that rear naked choke. Suleiman is in a bad position with lots of time left here in the second round. What will he do in order to neutralize this? You can see Andrew's working.
He's doing a good job fighting the hands though, Brooke.
Yeah. Just ducking his head down, trying to prevent him.
I hear some guys saying, just tap.
It's the same guys every single time.
The hecklers definitely got a look from Andrew while they're on the floor right in front of me.
Andrew with some interesting leg strikes there from that back position.
Might be Andrew's dad.
No, that's actually like an amateur hockey team that sits behind us, and they they keep the bartenders busy.
Okay.
Oh, now look at this.
They're a good group of guys,
Andrew
though.
transition into the full mount
big elbow.
position.
Big elbow from the top.
This is
good position from Andrew Keeney.
He gets out of the mount and goes
Side
into
control.
side control. Interesting.
Yeah.
Sometimes side control is even better than the mount because you can keep a better control of him. The mount, he can hip up, bounce you off, bring a knee inside. Side control, you can stay tight and keep hip to hip. And as you've seen, he just transitioned right back to the back.
Yep. Got some ground and pound, going for that choke again.
Wow.
Trying to bring that leg in there.
Andrew's doing a really good job of just keeping it uncomfortable.
Yeah.
He's
under there
He's
deep
under
now.
that net.
That is big trouble for Suleiman.
He's under
Will
the net.
he be able to? Oh, Suleiman's still fighting. He's fighting, but yeah, that's in there. That's much, much deeper than what we've seen before.
Wow.
No, he's okay.
Using those heels to the thigh. Andrew Keeney is vicious.
He's relentless, but I'll tell you what, Suleiman so far, again, for his debut, has done a pretty good job fighting
big
off.
elbows from the
big,
top.
big.
I don't think anybody's got a better view of this than Chris.
Look at the ground and pound there from Andrew Keeney. Oh, man, he's got to start defending himself.
10 seconds. Referee's taking a close look.
Yeah.
He should keep going with that ground and pound like we were just talking about earlier.
Gas pedal, gas pedal.
And there is the end of the round. So another solid round in a dominant position there from Andrew Keeney. What does Suleiman need to do to steal this fight?
So, Brent, one thing that you don't see on the scorecard that I was trying to mention before the action got hot there at the end of the round, Andrew's doing a really good job of keeping it uncomfortable, doing little things like little sneaky shots here and there, like doing face cranks and stuff like that doesn't show up on the judges' scorecards, but definitely gets your opponent out of sorts and doesn't have them thinking about defense. It has them thinking about what level of pain they're in at that moment. So really good job there by Andrew. I can't discredit the defense from the blue corner, though. I mean, he was in a precarious position a bunch of times there in that round, and he survived.
Yeah, no, and you're right, Chris. I mean, like I always tell my guys, you gotta, if you're on top or even if you're on bottom, you gotta make the guy uncomfortable. You know, this guy can't be laying and being comfortable, especially when it's a fight with somebody that is trying to take everything from you. Yep. You got to put your shoulder in his face. You got to put your elbow. You got to grind your forearm into his nose. You got to do things, and you got to, little jaw cranks. Even if you're not under the chin. Look at Keeney getting hype. He's got the crowd here at the Salisbury Center on his feet, and he's feeling good coming into this third round.
Here we go. We know what Keeney's going to do. What will Suleiman's answer be?
It better be a knockout. That's what he better be looking to do.
Oh, he goes for a spinning back fist and immediately into a takedown and
mount position.
Oh man, look at this. Keeney immediately right just at the very start of the round back in that dominant position, raining those short elbows, and this is really, really bad for Suleiman Ashrafi.
Yeah, referee's gonna stop this.
Oh man, look at that. Huge elbows, and that is it. Andrew the Hillbilly Assassin Keeney with the TKO victory here in round 3.
Really impressive victory there. Really good.
Yeah, this young man, Suleiman, he's going to learn from this. He's got great coaches, and, he came out looking super, super sharp, but Andrew Keeney weathered the storm and showed experience and is kind of, he showed the man strength, I think, is what I would call it.
Absolutely, yeah.
What Andrew just did to finish off the fight, I believe that he should have done in round 2 when he took the full mount position again, and then he went to the side. Still confused why that happened, but third round was beautiful. I like to see a good TKO.
Yeah. No, he very well could have done that maybe in round 2. For some reason, he felt the need to slip off to the side. I think he was feeling comfortable and wanted a nice transition to the back. But yeah, if I get the mount position, I'm unleashing some fury on the guy, and that's exactly what he did. Because a lot of times you don't need to knock him out and unconscious, right? All you need to do is, bam, 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 and the ref's gonna step it in. He's not gonna especially at this level, he's not gonna let the guy take a super, super amount of punishment. He's looking out for the athletes, and he made the right call there in the third round.
keep in mind there has to be some overwhelming sense of empathy as a 34-year-old like Andrew just going against a 19-year-old on his debut. You got to feel a little bit bad. I hope they're both class acts.
Yeah. All right, Chris Fuller's got the decision, so we'll send it down to him now to make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Joe Stevens has called a stop to the action 33 seconds into the third round for your winner. By TKO, out of the red corner, it's Andrew Keeney.
Andrew, the hillbilly assassin Keeney, picks up his win in his CageZilla debut. Great job and congratulations to him. We're going to go to a short break and we'll be right back after these words.
Touch me and then turn away. Put your hands tell me if you feel your best pain. 'Cause I don't wanna be a ball of shame.
Go, 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 go!
With you
That works!
You critics don't define our honor. You try to shame us for doing our job. You teach children to fear us, crowds to attack us, and good people to doubt us. But we will never back down from our sworn duty to uphold the Constitution of the United States of America. We wake up every day, put on our badge, strap a gun to our hips, kiss our families goodbye, and put our lives between the law-abiding and any criminal who threatens their rights. We serve people of every color and creed, men, women, and children in violent, dangerous neighborhoods, because they have the same right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
Salisbury Center, we are ready for our next fight. Making his way to the cage and fighting out of the blue corner, it's Sam Solego.
Sam Solego out of TKO Statesville. And man, as we were talking about, this guy took the fight on 3 days' notice here. And you know, his coach Nathan out of TKO there, he was happy to get him on and really excited to make his appearance in CageZilla. You know, he's from North Carolina. They fight for some smaller promotions there. And when he walked in here and he saw these lights and he saw the screens and he saw the seating in the cage and the ambiance, he was like, man, we want to come back here. We want to compete here again. And he was even saying he's got some more stand-up guys, some more kickboxers than MMA guys, and he wants to get them in on TCB. So, yeah, like I say, couldn't have more respect for a guy stepping up on 3 days' notice like Sam Solego. He does have some experience in the sport, unlike his opponent, So he's got an experience advantage, but he is taking the fight on 3 days' notice. Let's see how he performs.
Yeah, he's 27 years old. Been training for 8 to 9 years. He's also an instructor there at TKO. And as you pointed out, Coach Nathan, also the owner there of TKO. They've got a big Taekwondo, Thai boxing kind of thing going on there. I get not Taekwondo, I apologize. Thai kickboxing. But let's send it down to Chris Fuller now to get his opponent.
And his opponent, making his way to the cage and fighting out of the red corner, is Alejandro Rodriguez.
Alejandro Rodriguez. Man, I'm excited to get this guy on. I had him on CageZilla Unchained, and man, he's an exciting guy. He's exciting. You know, he started in baseball. He was a high-level baseball player, and you know, transitioned to MMA. And so now he's down at some of the D9 schools that they just opened down there in North Carolina. They're making some amazing moves down there in North Carolina, and he's got Dustin Wagner, Dustin the Wagon Wagner in his corner, who's undefeated in the CageZilla cage, as we've seen before. He's got Mike Pendlebury. You see Marshall Juergens there giving him a hug, who'll be in the title fight later tonight. And Scott Howard, of course, there from Disciple, Paul Sacharing. So man, what a awesome crew to have your back and to be walking out with you. It has yet to be seen what Alejandro can do inside of the cage, but I'm excited to see what he's gonna bring.
Yeah, Alejandro's only been doing this. He's been doing it not even a year, okay? So you pointed out he's done other sports and has had success there, but really, while he's been training for a while, you know, he does not have a ton of experience, and so we'll see if going against guys like the Wagon and other people like that every day is enough against a guy who does have a little bit more experience. It'll be a very interesting fight here.
Yeah, no, I mean he's under great tutelage, like we were talking about before. There with Disciple MMA. He said once I seen Dustin the Wagon get in there, he's like I had an itch that I had to scratch, and here we are. We almost didn't have him on this card. His original opponent got hurt, but Mr. Sam Salego stepped right into the spot, and I'm excited for this one. Both guys look tough, mean, and ready to go. Let's send it down to Chris here for the official ring introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for three-minute rounds in the CageZilla welterweight division. It is brought to you by our friends at Gray Realty Group, a top real estate team in Northern Virginia, and Titan Mechanical and Plumbing, leaders in mechanical services. And now, starting out, fighting out of the blue corner, standing 6 foot tall and weighing in at 168 pounds, fighting out of TKO of Statesville, making his CageZilla debut, it's Sam Salego.
Sam Salego, 6 feet, 168.
And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, standing 5'11" and weighing in at 170 pounds, fighting out of Disciple 9 MMA. He is also making his CageZilla debut. It's Alejandro Rodriguez.
Alejandro Rodriguez, 5'11", 170.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for three-minute rounds in the CageZilla welterweight division. It is brought to you by Gray Realty Group and Titan Mechanical and Plumbing, and your referee is Gabe Blodgett.
Gabe Blodgett, once again, the referee. Sam Salego in the blue corner. Alejandro Rodriguez in the red corner.
Here we go. Moving up in weight class here. We've had two bantamweight bouts. Now we're moving up to 170. And the big boys crack a little harder. Here we go. Oh.
So Rodriguez immediately goes for a takedown and gets it.
Automatically seeing the wrestling background from Alejandro right there.
Yeah, right.
Knee on belly already.
He didn't waste any time.
Oh, and look at this. Vicious ground and pound from the top position from Alejandro.
You said this kid's been training for under a year?
Yeah, I think
4 months.
Yeah, 4 months.
Yikes.
So
What
And
a
look at
transition
this.
right
Yeah.
there. Wow.
Oh, and he's
He's
once again vicious ground and pound from the top. And I'm going to tell you what, Sam needs it, and that is it. Wow. What a debut for Alejandro Rodriguez. Unbelievable.
Wow. Good stuff, man.
They need to give him a nickname like the Hurricane or the Tornado or something. 'Cause
It looks like Sam might have injured his shoulder.
yeah, I think he did on that first takedown. I think he came down really hard on it. I thought he winced really hard. I thought he might have injured it.
Oh,
Wow.
man.
That was powerful. Yeah, he passed the test, man. 10 out of 10 for this guy in his debut. And Alejandro looked mean. Let's take a look at it here on the replay. Just vicious ground and pound from the top. And like I said, you don't have to put the guy out. You just have to make the ref step in. And that's exactly what he did.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, I think Dustin the Wagoner is going to want to fight again after watching Alejandro fight.
Great sportsmanship on behalf of Alejandro for checking up on Sam, who's still on the floor checking his shoulder right now from the team.
Hey, I got a little message for everybody else in the welterweight division here at CageZilla. Watch out.
Yeah.
A storm is coming.
Incredible debut.
Yeah, great stuff. Looks like he might have dislocated his shoulder.
Yeah, he's up on his feet, but yeah, he's cradling that arm kind of gingerly as he's led up by the EMTs. But
flawless victory, right? For his debut. I thought he looked really good. Similar to Dustin Wagner, his debut, right? He came out against James the Peace Cusick and made quick work of him. And Alejandro Rodriguez coming out of Disciple 9 makes quick work of Sam Salego, a guy who actually had I think he had 4 or 5 fights.
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
so
he did.
Alejandro coming in here on his debut, that says a lot about this guy. And Chris was right. He's something to be watched out for. Let's go ahead and send it down to Chris here for their official announcement.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, referee Gabe Balaget has called a stop to the action just 38 seconds into the very first round. For your winner by TKO, out of the red corner, it's Alejandro Rodriguez.
Alejandro Rodriguez with an amazing debut here inside the CageZilla cage. I can't wait to have him back.
Yeah.
Let's send it to a brief break, and we'll be right back with you guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, while I have a second, I want to say a huge thank you to Sam Salego out of the blue corner and his team from Statesville, TKO, for taking this fight on just 3 days' notice. Thank you guys so much for showing up.
As CEOs, movie stars, and the political elite, we are Americans, and we are the American police officer. We stand with the National Rifle Association of America, and the NRA stands with us. Together, we're freedom's safest place.
Left, right, center. Left, surround, right, surround.
UFC heavyweight champion Stipe Miocic fights for more than just a gold belt. A proud son of immigrants, Stipe fought for his dream while working 2 jobs and fighting fires for his community. Stipe still fights fires and still proudly fights for his heritage. The belt is a bonus. Since 1925, we've proved that it doesn't matter where you come from. It matters what you're made of. Modelo, the official beer of UFC.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
They're setting up the flag now.
Houston, we have a problem. We can't do it. Who in the world is that?
They've got the flag up now.
If you can't, we can.
If you can't, we can. Michael and Son.
Here at Michael & Son, we heard that having animals at the office can reduce stress and increase productivity, so we started a Bring Your Pets to Work Day. Turns out, it wasn't quite what we had imagined. So, maybe we shouldn't have pets at the office, but we can help animals find a new home. In fact, for the rest of the month, we will donate a portion of all plumbing, electrical, and heating proceeds to Saving Grace Animal Rescue. Call us today.
No, I want Domino's.
Just take those old records off the shelf. I sit and listen to them by myself. Today's music ain't got the same soul. I like that old time rock and roll. Don't try to take me to a disco. You'll never even get me out on the floor. In 10 minutes I'll be late for the door. I like that old time rock and roll.
The Domino's tracker now has GPS with delivery alerts, so we don't catch you before you're ready.
Hey, time of your life, huh, kid? It's about to be.
Try it next time you get any 2 or more medium 2-topping pizzas delivered for just $5.99 each.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to CageZilla 59.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready for our next fight. Making his way to the cage and fighting out of the blue corner, it's Alan Hargrove.
Alan Hargrove fighting as an independent fighter, coming in and like we were talking about on the pre-show, Brooke, I mean, this guy is definitely on the card, probably the oldest competitor on the card, the guy who's fought for the longest amount of time. His first MMA fight was back in 2016, which was, you know, a decade ago, right? And so this guy's been in the game for a long time. He still looks shredded. I don't know how you look shredded. How old is he,
47 years old.
How do you look shredded at 47 like that? I think there's something to be said for that.
He actually told me that if he shaved his beard, he'd look even younger, and I agree. You see a little bit of gray, but man, I'll tell you what, he looks fantastic.
Yeah, no, you know, he wrote me, you know, and it was like, hey, I want to fight on CageZilla 92. And I knew who he was, you know, I knew him from back in the day, and I was like, okay, wow, I would love to get him on. And, you know, I'm just happy it came together like it did, you know, because I got him in with a guy like himself almost, right, in Jose Martinez, right? So really excited to see Alan. I mean, look at him. He looks happy. He's got the CageZilla trunks on, and he's ready to rock and roll. I can't wait to see him put on a show here. Let's go ahead and get the red corner here inside of the cage.
And his opponent, making his way to the cage and fighting out of the red corner, it's Jose Martinez.
Jose Martinez fighting out of Eagle Ashura MMA, which is kind of like his own gym, his own training that he has started. He's had one of his guys fight in the TCB ring. He's right there behind him, young man. He came out very brave inside of the TCB ring, and now Jose stepping in. He initially was set to fight for the welterweight title. We had another guy who was coming in. He was also scheduled to fight for the welterweight title, but he fell out. So now Alan Hargrove stepped up. It was a perfect match, and these guys, both of these veteran fighters, as we were talking about on the pre-show, are gonna come out here and leave it all in the cage, and I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, Jose Martinez, 35 years old. Alan Hargrove, 47. Alan Hargrove fought at CageZilla 7, 8, 49, 51, 53, and 70. He's fought at a bunch of TCBs. He's fought in Boot fights. This guy will fight anybody, anytime, anywhere. He does not care. Jose Martinez, similarly, he's fought at CageZilla 53, 54, 71, and 72. So he's also a veteran. He actually fought Coach Mike Pendlebury back in the day.
Yeah.
Jose did.
Yeah.
So
and he was doing good in that fight.
Yeah.
Until he wasn't, right? So,
yeah. So this is another boxer versus wrestler kind of a situation. Alan Hargrove describes himself as a Burmese-style boxer. Jose Martinez describes himself as a wrestler. You're going to see that there's a pretty significant height difference between these guys, too. Even though one's listed at 5'11 and the other 5'9, I think that there might be a little bit of liberties there with those numbers. But yeah, so it'll be an interesting difference of style for two very experienced guys. Let's send it down to Chris Fuller for the official ring introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for three-minute rounds in the CageZilla welterweight division. It is brought to you by our friends at Comfort One Shoes, stylish, comfortable, and trendy footwear. And Manassas Asphalt, Northern Virginia's favorite asphalt and paving company. And now, starting out, fighting out of the blue corner, standing 5'11" and weighing in at 173 pounds, he is an independent fighter. It's Alan the Lion Hargrove.
Alan Hargrove, 5'11", 173.
And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, standing 5'9" and weighing in at 174 pounds, fighting out of Eagle Ashura MMA with a record of 2 wins and 3 defeats. It's Jose Eagle Ashura Martinez.
Jose Martinez, 5'9", 174.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for three-minute rounds in the CageZilla welterweight division. It is brought to you by Comfort One Shoes and Manassas Asphalt, and your referee is Joe Stevens.
Joe Stevens once again back in the cage to officiate the action here. We've got Alan Hargrove, 47 years old, in the blue corner against Jose Martinez, 35 years old, fighting out of the red corner.
Yeah, this is an exciting one. I think they're going to give it a lot here in this first round. Let's see what they have if the fight goes on. But both of these guys are going to be very calculated. I think Jose is going to try to get it to the ground. And if I had to guess, Alan's going to use some of his long...
Oh! Stuns him with a huge kick, and Joe Stevens is...
Let it go.
No, he's stunned.
I'll tell you what.
He's stunned. He is stunned. He can argue. The crowd can boo. He can argue all he wants. He was flashed just now. I'm sitting right below him, and I saw it.
That has got to feel good for Alan after taking some time away from MMA, coming back at 47 years old, and immediately taking out your opponent.
Wow.
Wow, that was. I mean, I thought the ref could have let it go a little bit, especially since they got into the clinch. He didn't go down. And
I think he only didn't go down, though, Brent, because he was in the clinch.
You can see Jose is not happy about that
and look at the replay coming up right here.
So we see on the replay, Alan utilizing.
Right there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He did
wow.
Yeah, he was flashed. So, like I said, guys, I'm sitting down here ringside for those of you that don't know at home. And I was looking right at him when that kick landed. He was flash knockout. And that's, in an amateur fight, the job of the referee is always to protect the fighter, and that's exactly what Joe Stevens did. I think that was a good stoppage.
It was a good kick. I thought, if the cage wasn't there, he would have went face down. I mean, his back of his head would have hit the cage. But, yeah, great stuff from Alan Hargrove. Let's not take it away with what he did. He put that left kick right on his jaw. Look at this.
I mean, that was so fast.
It feels as if the welterweights they both finished fast. Both of their two most recent fights did.
Yeah.
First round.
Man. Well, congratulations to Alan Hargrove getting a win there. 47 years old, once again, proves that age is just a number, at least for some of us. Not for me, but definitely for Alan Hargrove.
Yeah, Jose's ticked off because, you know, he just feels like he wanted to fight more. He had more to give. And but congratulations to Alan at his age and with his experience level, as long as he's been doing it. I know he brought his young daughter onto the stage at weigh-ins, and so I know he's got a lot to fight for. Really happy for this individual. Let's send it down to Chris here for the official announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Joe Steven has called a stop to the action just 22 seconds into the very first round. For your winner by TKO, out of the blue corner, it's Alan Hargrove.
So once again, Alan Hargrove victorious. A very, very fast knockout. Congratulations to him. And I imagine we've not seen the last of him. This guy will probably fight until he's 100 at the rate he's going.
Stay tuned for CageZilla 300 when he's back.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back right after this. Oh, actually, no. Instead of going to message, we're going to have Jade in the ring now to interview Alan Hargrove after that impressive finish. So as soon as the family's done there.
Alan Hargrove here. I'm here with the current winner of the welterweight bout that just happened. How does it feel winning in such a short amount of time?
It feels really good. Like my song said, I'm on a new level. I came out here with the intention of ending it as quickly as possible. It's been a while since I've been out here. All I gotta say is it feels fucking good to be back here at CageZilla. I love you guys. You guys are awesome. Look forward to more of me in the future.
Yeah, obviously you took some time off from your MMA career, did whatever you had to do. How does it feel being back, and then what do you want to do afterwards?
Look, I'm about to party and eat, chill with my family. It feels great to be back. My first MMA win, you know, and this is exactly how I imagined it. So all I gotta say is alhamdulillah, you know, and bless everybody, man. You know, thank everybody for coming out. Thank you for the support. We just gonna chill, get ready for the next one. Hopefully I can get this kickboxing match in September.
Once again, that was Alan Hargrove.
All right, so there we have it. Alan Hargrove with the victory. Congratulations to him. And we'll take a quick break and be back right after this.
When you carry out Domino's 3-topping pizzas for $7.99 each, it takes skill to get that pizza from our store to your door. Through tight spots, slow walks, and water shots. So next time you order carryout online, we're going to tip you for delivering your own pizza to yourself. After all, you earned it. Get a $3 tip to use on your next order just for carrying out, only at Domino's.
At Hooters, you can watch the tournament with your buddies. All your buddies. Like the ones with ice-cold beer. And one-of-a-kind wings that are nothing but net. You know, buddies you won't have to fight for the remote. Buddies who know a thing or two about basketball. And the fans who live for it.
Where else are you going to get all this?
Hooters, your official hangout for game day.
The sub above difference is giant. Giant hearts, giant differences, and giant wins. On Jersey Mike's annual day of giving, 100% of sales go to a great cause in your community. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready for our next fight. Making his way to the cage and fighting out of the blue corner, it's Jordan Reed.
Jordan Reed out of Baltimore Martial Arts. This gentleman comes all the way from Baltimore, and you know, he was last to the scales yesterday. He said he had to hit a little traffic from Baltimore, right? But ultimately, this guy is a good stand-up individual, a good athlete. He's had quite a few fights inside the cage, and just kind of finding his way. But happy he made it inside. This fight was supposed to happen back in June. Jordan wasn't able to make the weight. Khaldoun didn't want to take it because of that, and so now we rebooked the fight at 170. Nobody had to worry about weight, and now we're just going to think about the fight and see who's the better man here tonight.
Yeah, so Jordan Reed, record 1-5. This is his first fight in CageZilla, but you pointed out he's a good athlete, 28 years old. He's been fighting since 2020. He told me that he's basically on this journey of self-discovery, just kind of trying to figure out exactly who he is and what he wants out of life, the universe, and everything. But yeah, pretty interesting guy. He said that he's a striker, but he grapples too. So we'll see how that plays into this fight. And we're going to go ahead and send it down to Chris Fuller now to bring in his opponent.
And his opponent, making his way to the cage and fighting out of the red corner, it's Khaldoun Rookie.
Khaldoun, S-O-B, Rookie. I'm not making fun of him. I'm just saying that's his fight name, S-O-B. He's the son of a butcher, and that's no joke, man. That's kind of like
his father is literally a butcher.
That's like Eli Pierce, right? The gravedigger, right? He's like literally a gravedigger. So, yeah, no, Khaldoun Rookie, I can't say enough good stuff about him. He's got such a good spirit, both inside, outside the cage. He's had some wins, had some losses, but he's back here now. And under great tutelage there at DMA there with Coach Charles DeGisco in his corner. I see Tarek, who's a terror inside the TCB ring. And so I know he's got some good guys. Shane Marshall, our former light heavyweight champion, Shane Marshall. So he's got some really great guys in the room. And I follow him on social media. He's always got some funny and insightful videos. He says he still cleans the mat because he until he wins that CageZilla lightweight title belt. And then after he wins that belt, he's not going to clean the mats anymore. I thought that was funny. He goes, I am going to get it. I am going to get it now. And so I really like this. I really like this guy, Khaldoun. He's a really awesome dude. And always got a great spirit. Like I say, both whenever I see him outside, anywhere we're talking, he's always got a great spirit, really happy, really jovial. He was happy to get this fight rebooked. He said, man, give it to me, give him to me. He's like, I'll take him at 55, I'll take him at 70. And so we ended up going with 70, and here we are now. The son of a butcher, he's getting angry, and he's ready to make his mark here inside the CageZilla cage once again.
Yeah, he walked out with that Lebanese flag, the country where he's from, his heritage. Born in Lebanon, grew up in Canada, now here in the United States. Very spiritual guy, practitioner of the Muslim faith, and takes that very seriously. And you pointed out, we've seen him before. This is, he's fought a bunch of times in CageZilla. He actually fought Ashraf, your guy from Aikido.
That's right.
Back in CageZilla 87. But we'll go ahead and send it down to Chris Fuller for the official fight introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for three-minute rounds in the CageZilla welterweight division. It is brought to you by our friends at Tony's Pizza, simply the best Italian dishes in Northern Virginia, and Mike Pignoni, the defense attorney of Northern Virginia. And now, starting out, fighting out of the red corner, standing 5'8" and weighing in at 169 pounds, fighting out of Baltimore Martial Arts, it's Jordan Nen Reed.
Jordan Reed, 5'8", 169.
And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, standing 5'7" and weighing in at 170 pounds, fighting out of District Martial Arts, it's Khaldoun, son of a butcher, Rookie.
Khaldun Rookie, 5'7", 170.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for three-minute rounds in the CageZilla welterweight division. It is brought to you by Tony's New York Pizza and Mike Pignoni, and your referee is Gabe Balajit.
Oh, here we go. Another fight in the welterweight division here tonight. And the welterweight fights have been ending pretty quickly.
So far,
Let's see how this one fares.
Yep. Balajit, the referee. Jordan Reed in the blue corner. Khaldun Rookie in the red. And here we go.
Guys, this is one that I was excited to see. One that might have been overlooked on the fight card tonight, but this should be a good fight.
Wild swing there from Khaldun, and Jordan immediately takes it into a takedown there
And
up
Jordan,
against the cage.
Jordan with the takedown. I thought it was going to be Rookie with the height, with the height discrepancy and the height difference that he was going to be in, trying to close the range and get the takedown. But it's Jordan who gets under that right hand and brings him to the cage, brings him to the ground, and is in really good position here if he drags his hips away from the cage.
Yep.
Yeah, but Khaldun doesn't look any bit nervous. He looks very comfortable to be on the floor right now.
Yeah, you took the words out of my mouth there. He's trained under the expert tutelage of Charles Gigisco over there, and so he's no stranger to being in this position, and he looks just fine, like Jade was saying.
Yeah, so far, Jordan Reed, he's got that takedown, but he's not really doing much. So far, he's just kind of still working on position, but
it's kind of like opposing forces, right?
Yeah.
Like Khaldun's trying to work his way up. He's posted there. He's trying to use the cage to work his way up. And Jordan, he's got to drag his hips away from the cage. He's got to lay his back on the floor. And as of right now, he's not able to do that. I'd like to see him lock his legs up too. Maybe use his legs to trap Khaldun's legs. We'll see if he's able to work some offensive wrestling here on the cage, because he does have him in a good position.
I was just about to say that ground control doesn't really mean much to me when there's no submissions attempted and there's no movement and you're just staying stagnant in the same place. So this is very different from the past two fights as far as the first round goes.
Well, hey, you were right there, Jade. You were right. Normally refs don't stand him up there, but Balajit wasn't having it, and he's standing him right back up.
Yeah. Very much a stalemate. Nothing was happening. And look at that. Jordan Reed going in for the takedown again. Nice sprawl there this time from Khaldun Rookie. And now it's Khaldun moving to the back position. Oh, man.
I told you.
There's some. Oh, and look at this. Now Khaldun looking to work from the back.
Oh, that's a nasty little face crank there.
But I'll tell you what.
Does he got it in? Does he got it in?
He's cranking on his neck.
It's right over his nose, too.
Cranking on his neck.
He doesn't have that second hook in yet. If Jordan, there he goes.
Reed fighting it.
Khaldun's in great position here. He's got 30 seconds left, though, so he's got to make a move.
Again, with that Khaldun comfort, I swear I can see a smile on his face as soon as he hits the floor.
Khaldun now still switched to ground and pound for a second, but now he's back. Looking for.
He's got to have a sense of urgency. I don't know why his corner's not telling him to lock it in.
He's got that arm trapped. I don't know why he's not just wailing away right now.
There he goes. There's some good ground and pound from the top.
That's what he needs.
Jordan trying to be shifty, trying to get out. Tries a kick from the back. And I'll tell you, he finished off with some nice ground and pound there to end the first round.
There's no doubt in my mind that Khaldun just won that first round in the last 30 seconds alone.
Yeah, I think that's probably a pretty safe bet. Khaldun looking very, very solid there. It was interesting because, as you pointed out, Jade, Jordan had a good takedown and he had some control, but it wasn't really control because he wasn't doing anything. It was just he was kind of laying there, not moving. And so, I don't really know how the judges look at that, but when you consider what Khaldun was able to do when he had control, it was a very, very different story.
I don't know what the judges think of that kind of thing, but when there's no damage being done, I feel as if it shouldn't count for anything. That's just my personal opinion. I feel like right here, if Jordan has the first half, he can take them down. He just needs to move. He just needs to get the back, get the front, do something that's just different, sets him apart from Khaldun, who's extremely comfortable, like I've mentioned, on the ground.
If I was Jordan, I would use my physical features, like maybe throw a jab, right? A jab, a teep kick.
Absolutely.
Like keep Khaldun away from me. you know, but I was surprised to see him get that takedown in the first round. So I don't know what his strategy is. Let's see how we were going in round 2.
Didn't you say Jordan says he's a striker
Yeah.
and a grappler? Best of both worlds.
He's been showing both.
Yeah. So they're gonna trade a little bit. There's a good.
Caldoon's been loading up that right hand.
Caldoon is the one who's kind of stalking forward a little bit more.
So Jordan's overextending on
nice
that
leg
on that
kick.
jab though. If you see how far he goes all the way in on that jab rather than relying on his reach and just sticking that jab out there. He brings his whole head in there, and he might pay for that.
Right. The reach he does have, but like you say, Chris, he's not really popping him with it.
So now Caldoon, they're in a kind of a clinch here up against the cage.
This is not the position you want to be in if you're the blue corner.
Bit of a stalemate here so far. Nobody really doing much. Fans are getting a little bit restless.
I know they're used to these welterweight fights being a little more action.
The fans here are always restless. They're a rowdy bunch, man. I love it. And, you know, guys, I said it earlier. I can't say it enough. What a job by Scott, Catherine, James, Justin, all the crew here at the Wild Style Productions. I mean, this place looks incredible.
Yeah.
I cannot imagine what it must feel like to fight under these lights and under the cameras. And it's the whole package is just incredible.
And not to mention, it's packed wall to wall. I haven't seen it this packed in a while in here inside the Salisbury Center. This looks amazing.
Yeah, the summertime months are always hard. People are out on vacation and stuff like that, but we packed them in here tonight. They're standing room only. There's a whole crowd standing around the back wall over here.
So meanwhile, we kind of have another little stalemate. So you got Caldoon with the quote-unquote control, but nobody's really doing a whole lot to really say that somebody has a decisive advantage here. There's just kind of a lot of inactivity going on. I mean, Caldoon's throwing some knees in there, but, you know, they're nothing significant.
Caldoon should either snap him down with that head.
I took the words out of my mouth.
Or let him go and grab his legs, because he's all legs.
And he had a good shot at it there when they were closer to the center of the ring. He could have snapped him down.
Oh, there we go. Let's it fly a little bit there. Tags him with some good shots. Jordan decides to try and go back to the clinch.
He better put that mouthpiece.
Grab those legs. Those legs are together.
He better put his mouthpiece back in his mouth. He's going to take some shots like that.
So Caldoon, once again, got him up against the cage.
I love it when the fighter is looking over at his corner getting instructions, and that's exactly what Caldoon was just doing.
Short time. Somebody stealed around here.
Wild punches they're thrown from Caldoon. Nobody's able to land anything there. So probably a little bit more even round that time, but I think you still have to give it to Caldoon. I mean, by my estimation, I've got Caldoon up 2-0 on the scorecards. How did you guys see it?
Absolutely. Same.
Yeah, I think he edged the second. Definitely